When you look at
talented.
it,
He's talented.
AFC,
He's talented.
you got to include the defense, special teams. He might not be wrong. Doesn't mean they're going to win it all, but they do have a really strong roster.
I'm not as dialed into the NFL as Marcus Spears. I don't know rosters from top to bottom and kickers and punters and backups.
I
and
could
who play and all
I could
those
tell
sort of
you
things.
if you want. Cody Parkey, very good, very good.
But if I go player for player and I do it that way, it's close. But I cannot take out a head coach from being on the roster. I get it. I understand what
Fair.
people. I understand what people saw. Cleveland gave Kansas City a little bit of a run for its money, but let's be honest
Without
with
Odell.
ourselves. But let's be honest with ourselves. Patrick Mahomes wasn't 100%, and he left the game. So let's not get all cutesy with that. He left the game. Now, I understand Cleveland made some offseason moves. They went and got Troy Hill from the Rams and John Johnson from the Rams, and they bring in Clowney, and they expect to get Greedy Williams back, and they drafted the Newsom kid. I get it. And they got Odell coming back off injury, and they are a sexy pick. There's no question about it. But this dark horse Super Bowl, let's just slow it down.
Okay, you know,
because there's a team in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's fair.
There's a team in Buffalo
And
that
they're
got a
very
pretty
good.
damn good roster that Brandon Beane put together. Baltimore,
If they add Julio Jones. If they add Julio Jones.
I don't know. It helps them, but I don't know that Baltimore is a Julio Jones away from going to the Super Bowl.
Really?
I don't know that. It helps them, but I don't know that.
Okay.
So you think about them. Who else is left in the AFC?
It's those three.
You know,
that's why I said
Denver with
earlier.
Aaron
I said I
Rodgers.
thought it was like
Denver's pretty talented. They got a pretty talented roster too, except their quarterback position is.
Where do you put the Patriots in this conversation with everything that they did, all the money they spent, and the guys that are coming back off of opting out last year?
I believe that the Patriots are going to shock a lot of people in terms of the negativity that you hear based on the quarterback that is going to be the starter and not the starter that people want to see. I think that's going to be the shocker. When you start diving into the Cam Newton didn't play with anybody, now all of a sudden, if everything they did and Cam Newton looks like he looked last year, he should retire. Listen to me what I just said.
I heard it.
Everything they did, and if Cam Newton looks like he looked last year in the second half of the season, Cam, you should retire, dog. Coming from me, your homie. You should just retire because that means you ain't worth a damn. That's what it literally
And everything
means.
that we hear coming out of New England is that they are trying, and I know you're going to cringe at this, but it is true because it's what they're saying. I'm not even saying this to needle you about it.
I
Is that
understand.
they are trying to get
comes
Mac
Mac
Jones
Jones.
ready to compete for
Yes.
that starting
As
position.
as
That's
they
their
should.
effort. That's their focus.
As they should.
Not we're going to bring her along slowly. Cam's our
and
guy.
you should
No, this
compete.
is we
Yes.
think this guy can compete with that guy to be our QB1
And
in
we'll
week
see,
one.
We'll see how that works out in the end.
Yeah, we certainly will.
You want competition. You don't want Cam Newton and nobody else for that matter, Jay, to feel like, it's a cakewalk. I'm good. I'm just not going to do what I need to do.
Okay.
Everybody needs to compete. The jobs are not free.
you got me with my eye on New England watching them, but
Yep.
it's safe to say that the cream of the crop would be Buffalo, it would be Cleveland, and it would be KC, correct? Those would be the cream of the crop in the AFC.
You know, what's really going to be interesting too.
Baltimore would be there, right?
But a lot of
Chargers?
people, I was about to say, that's what I
Yeah.
said. What's going to be interesting is a lot of people are kind of quietly pushing, it's almost called them San Diego, almost pushing the Chargers to the side, as if
Another team in on Julio
they lost
Jones,
a
by the way.
lot of games close.
Yep.
A lot of games close. A lot of them.
Early on they did too.
And so when you think about Justin Herbert starting in his second year, although it'll be a little bit of a different offense or philosophy, he still has 16 games under his belt, which goes a long way.
I hear you guys, but still, talent-wise, Buffalo, KC, Cleveland,
Yeah, like
right?
if you're
Talent-wise.
putting your money
Talent-wise, those-
down, your
yes.
chips are going in those buckets.
So, like,
But the Chargers got a lot of talent.
I hear
man.
you. Okay.
They got
That's
the
sneaky good team.
receivers. They got the receivers. They got a nice little back. Their quarterback is young and good. If Bosa could come to the party on the defensive side, and Ingram, and then what's the safety on the back end for Florida State? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
I can't either.
Marcus Spears. I told you had better
Wait,
mindset
if
on
only
the roster
Swagoo
than
was
me.
here, we could ask him.
But when you think about just
Okay, well, this is the first time I've heard the Chargers name pop up like that.
It's
No, no,
sneaky.
that's-
You're bringing
it's
that.
sneaky
Yeah.
quiet.
Okay, I'm down with
Sneaky
that.
quiet.
Okay.
Now, with all that-
can I just finish my
ahead,
point?
yeah, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say it's interesting though when you go back to Cleveland because we talk about Patrick Mahomes being hurt in that game.
I just
right?
want to
No,
be real
you provide
with it, though.
context, right?
Yeah,
But it's
context and
funny,
be real
we
with
play that game with Cleveland, but we don't play that game with Tampa Bay, right? We don't say. Well,
No, I do.
Insiders
I say-
do.
I do.
Insiders do.
I say the
insiders
offensive
well,
line.
you know, their offensive line was depleted and all this other stuff. But for everybody else, it's like, well, they're one of the favorites to come back and win it again next year. It's funny how we make it applicable for certain things and other things we don't. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, Chad Henne did beat the Browns. Like think of it that way, right? Like it's still that's who beat the
He
Browns.
made
So
an
how
incredible
good?
play.
How good are the Browns?
Yeah, he
still.
kind of.
It was a moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it was a moment.
He
You got to
finished.
understand.
He
It was a big
finished
moment.
the deal,
I'm-
man.
Yes.
again,
It-
tongue in cheek,
yeah,
tongue in
he
cheek.
finished it. But the Browns, look, they could very well finish the deal and have home field advantage, even though one team gets home field advantage throughout the playoffs because of the bye that was changed a year ago. They very well could be that team. I just don't know that, you know, when I start to look at it, nobody on Cleveland's receiving core is better than Tyreek Hill. So I look at stuff like that. Nobody that tied in is not Kelsey. I look at that. But then I look at the flip side. They don't have the running game, Kansas City. I mean, Cleveland has a better running game than Kansas City. But then I look at the quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is better than Baker Mayfield. So I start putting all of these things together. And then when I look at the coaching side, I don't know that Kevin Stefanski is quite there where Andy Reid is in Eric Bieniemy. I just, you know, so we'll see.